Everybody in there. Everybody in there. Hallelujah.
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 Oh, praise the horse bag.
Some songs. Thank you.
You got one? Go ahead. Go ahead.
I plead the blood. I plead the blood. And it will never lose its powers. The blood still works. 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 How you know it works? I know it works. Because it saved me.
There you go.
I know it works.
That's right.
Because it raised me.
Okay.
I know it works. Because it filled me. I know it works. Because it healed me. And it will never lose its powers. The blood still works. 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 The blood still works.
Come on.
I plead the blood. I plead the blood. I plead the blood.
Come on.
I plead the blood.
Hey.
And it will never lose its powers. The blood still works. The blood still works.
Hey.
The blood still works. The blood still works.
Come on.
The blood still works.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
That's the way to crank it up now.
I look the devil in his eye. I know that the devil is a lie. You try to set me up to fall into traps. Nice try.
Nice try.
Nice effort, no more Mr. Nice Guy.
No
You
more.
cut off my right arm on my right eye. Facts and commandments gotta do away with.
Keep it out.
Gotta
That's
walk
home.
this walk.
That's my home.
Can't just say it.
Yo, I just forgot my record. Oh, that was yours? My bad. That's the one I've been trying to get. That you can keep running out of.
What's up? Face the east.
Oh, yeah.
Another firm hand.
Alright, come on.
All praise to the Most High Yah.
Hallelujah.
His only begotten Son.
His only begotten Son.
Hallelujah. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
Hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done.
Thy will be done.
On earth.
As
it is in heaven.
As it is in heaven.
Give us this day. Our daily bread. And forgive us. For our debt. As we forgive. Our debts. Leave us not. Into temptation. But deliver us. All sin and evil. For thine is the kingdom. Power. Glory. Forever. In the name of your only begotten Son. HaMashiach. All praise and glory go to you, Most High Yah.
All glory and praise to the Most High Yah. Amen. Hallelujah. Hey, that's what I'm talking about. EliYAHU, Yahweh, by Hashem, HaMashiach, HaMashiach, Barakatam.
That's right.
All right.
First and foremost, let's get it.
So,
Oh, it's on me? Let's go to it, man. Let's get to it. I don't have nothing deep say, but I got some. We was talking about love and respect. We was going over, would do you rather have love or do you rather have respect?
Okay.
Which one would you rather have?
Love.
And most of us, we ask for, we here today, you gonna respect me. What everybody say, put some respect
on my name. You left the T out.
Put some respect on my name. But we hear it all the time. Respect. That's, the world pushes it, into, man, you gonna respect, but and they forget about love. And I think once you have love, it automatically comes with respect. Because if you respect someone, say you have a spouse and you go out and commit adultery on your spouse, you respect them enough not to do that in front of them. But if you love them, you won't do it at all.
That's right.
You won't talk about it. If you love your brother, you won't talk about your brother.
Right.
But you just try to give him a little respect. If you disrespect him, you're like, I don't talk about you, but I'm not gonna do it in front of your face. Yeah. That's what respect and love is. So we should love more love than respect. That's what love and respect. Start off with Deuteronomy 7 and 9.
Deuteronomy 7 and 9.
And love is an action also. It's not a just saying I love you. It's always an action. I love you, brother. Just saying it.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 9. Con? Know therefore the Lord thy God, he is God, the faithful God, which keepeth covenant and mercy with them that love him and keep his commandments to 1,000 generations.
Them that love him and keep his commandments. So love is an action.
That's right.
And I know y'all know what's the scripture. Is it 1 John or John?
1 John 3 and 5.
Let's go to it real quick.
1 John?
Yeah, 1 John 3 and 5. Hey, before we get 1 John 3 and 5, I said I was going to start doing this. Let's get Revelation 14 and 12.
That's all that matters. That will be the slow. Book of Revelations, chapter 14, verse 12. Come. Here is the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of God and the faith in Jesus.
We always got to remember that's one thing we said we was going to start using. That's going to be our slogan. We got to do both Old Testament, New Testament. Keeping the commandments and the faith of Christ.
That's right.
So we go ahead to that John. What was it, 1 John?
5 and 3. Yeah, I say 3 and 5. Backwards. The book of 1 John.
Let's tear it for a minute.
All right. Sword. I know you know that term. You hear that a lot, huh? Jeremiah. You hear that a lot, huh? Quick and sword.
Shemaiah, you're on page 1456. You on 1 John at the back of the book? Right before Revelation. You there? Actually, we're gonna start at 1 and I'll read out.
Gone? This is the book of 1 John, chapter 5, verse 3. Whosoever believeth that YAHMAShiach is the HaMashiach is born of YAHWH. And everyone that loveth him that begat loveth him also that is begotten of him.
Right? That's what you love right there. Okay, keep on, huh?
By this, we know that we love the children of YAHWH, when we love YAHWH and keep his commandments.
Right. That's what your action right there. What is the love of God? Go ahead, huh?
God, this is the book of 1 John, chapter 5, verse 3. For this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous.
That's an action. Like you say, you hear a lot of times say, the love of the Most High is not without condition. It is with condition. We have to keep the commandments.
That's right.
If we're not keeping the commandments, that means we're sinning, right? And what is it? Is it in Psalms that he hates all workers of iniquity?
God.
So his love is not there with you if you're not keeping his commandments. 1 John 3 and 4 is what is it? Sin and transgression of the law. So if we're not keeping the law, not keeping the commandments, the love of the Most High is not there. So love is an action. So it is a condition on the way he loves us. Oh, why he loves us. What's that? 1 John 3 and 4. Go ahead and read that out real quick.
Scripture tells us to prove all things. The book of 1 John, chapter 3, verse 4. God. Whosoever committeth sin transgresseth also the law. For sin is the transgression of the law.
That's right. That's right. All right. Let's just take us back to the commandments. If we break the commandments, let me get that proper Psalms for me. He hated all workers of iniquity. And like it goes without what the church always tell you. What they said. He hate. What was their favorite slogan? He
hates the sin and not the son.
Psych. Yeah.
That ain't true.
Got it.
Go to Psalms.
I think we can go to we're gonna go to Psalms 5 and 5.
Psalms 5.
Page number Shabbat, Psalms 5 and 5 is.
Oh yeah. Okay. Book of Psalms 5 and 5.
702.
Guys, more like a trumpet. Repeat that so everybody be on the same page. It's the book of Psalms, chapter 5, verse 5. The foolish shall not stand in thy sight. Thou hatest all workers of iniquity.
And we can go with that word iniquity, right?
God. Lawlessness.
Lawlessness. So if you doing what 1 John 3 and 4 says, Most High hates you.
That's right.
The love is not there.
That's right.
But that's the love of the Most High. That's the love we should have towards the Most High. That's the love that He have towards us when we keep His commandments. He said to obey. You wrote one out earlier. Would you say that HBO acronym?
The acronym that we should have as Hebrew Israelites is HBO. And no, we're not talking about the after-hour channels that night show uncensored things
There you
that
go.
we need not take in. But just to hear the word, believe the word, and obey the word.
That's a t-shirt. There you go. You say that one more time, Mike? I got you. Hear the word.
Believe the word.
Believe the word.
And obey the word. So we gotta remember that the Most High, sacrifices are cool and everything. Tithes and offering is cool. But it's no
Obedience.
know that. Bring it out, brother. Help me out.
Obedience is better than sacrifice.
That's right.
Obedience is better than sacrifice.
That's right.
That keep coming up to that's in that Psalm 51. That's in another Psalm also that's in. I know it's in Psalm 51. It begins or whatever.
Psalms 51.
Or around 15 or 16, somewhere along there.
16.
We can go with Psalms 51 and 16 through 17. For thou desirest not sacrifice, else would I give it. Thou delightest not in burnt offering. The sacrifices of God are a broken spirit, a broken and a contrite heart. O God, wilt thou not despise.
Keep reading.
Do good in thy good pleasure unto Zion. Build thou the walls of Jerusalem. Then shalt thou be pleased with the sacrifices of righteousness, with burnt offering and whole burnt offering.
The sacrifices of what?
Righteousness.
Right.
So, what are you willing to sacrifice to show obedience? Your life.
Ain't no other option but that.
Right.
The beauty of it is we'll still hear, I don't want to say it like that, I'm trying to be nice. We'll still hear sleepers who will say, there's no way that God wants us to follow all these commandments, to follow all these laws. Well, if you desire to be set apart, then there's a certain criteria that entails. You know what I'm saying? So, cause I just was saying this earlier. It's what is that? Deuteronomy 18, verse 13, where he basically tells them in the commandments to be holy.
That's right.
It's in Deuteronomy or Leviticus 11 and 44 or 45, somewhere along with that. Try that one. I know he said that one, and then Deuteronomy 76, he told us that we are holy people.
Right.
But if you go to Leviticus 2, which one did you call on that first?
It's Deuteronomy 18 and 13.
18 and 13 says, thou shalt be perfect with...
Wait.
Okay,
Say that again.
You can't be perfect.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 18, verse 13.
Bring it out.
Thou shalt... Hey, the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 18, verse 13.
Read on.
Thou shalt be perfect.
Perfecto. You got to be perfect.
Thou shalt be perfect.
No, you can get it in heaven on the curve.
Thou shalt be perfect.
No, wait. You got some partners that got in, so you gonna get it.
Thou shalt be perfect.
No. You just ain't gonna get your wings. That's all. That's what you said.
Perfect be shalt thou.
So on the Google, no matter who say what, we know better. You know what I'm saying? We
That's
listen
right.
to enough Sugar Jive and we're in the conversations to know better. We know that the criteria expect for us to be perfect. That means in love, that means in spirit and in truth.
That's
Then
right.
we cannot have any imperfections at all. That's why.
Okay. Okay, so I know that's a word of saying that no one's perfect, but at the same time, you know, we all are sinners. So how can you be perfect if we sinners?
That's a good question.
Through grace.
Keep the commandments. Once you keep the commandment, and you gotta remember.
What is that?
19 and 142.
Is that 119, 142? That might be what I'm looking for.
Psalm 119.
Y'all keeping up, youngins? Y'all keeping up?
Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness,
Yeah.
and thy law is the truth.
So you say we have to worship in the spirit and in truth.
That's right.
So it's the law and the truth, going back to what the elder brought out earlier. That we have to keep his commandments and his laws.
Because it's an everlasting righteousness.
It's an everlasting
They
righteousness.
don't got no shut off. There's no shut off there.
So that's what makes it righteous. That's what makes you perfect, by doing the will of the Most High Jehovah. Not that you're imperfect, like you fall. He said righteous shall fall, right? Man, it's gonna happen. We're not gonna wallow in it. We're gonna get back up and we're gonna keep walking for the Most High the best we can. But this is what makes you perfect, by doing the perfect will of the Most High.
Right.
So if you want to bring out the will of the Most
Hold up. Give me Job 1 and 1 real quick. Job 1 and 1.
Because it'll be folks that'll tell us, hey man, how you said, sister, nobody's perfect.
Right.
They'll forever throw that out there. They'll forever throw that out. They'll forever throw that out. And you can always go back to right here. Job 1 and 1.
Job 1 and 1.
Read on.
Con?
Done. I got it.
665. You on Job? 665. I know we call him job.
I don't feel bad.
You there?
I did too.
This is the book of Job, chapter 1, verse 1. There was a man in the land of Uz, whose name was Job. And that man was perfect and upright, and one that feared Yahweh, and eschewed evil.
That would be perfect right there.
That's right.
If you follow the commandments of the Most High and fear Him, you perfect. That's your perfection. The world got perfection labeled as, you can't do no wrong.
Right.
That's not perfect.
That's right.
Well, and that's when we say only one man that did that ever walked. YAHU.
And walk the perfect walk.
Yeah, they gave us, because we all through, even in the New Testament, there was a couple. Not Priscilla and Aquila, was another one. They were perfect. They called them perfect in the yeah, they called them perfect. You got a precept on that? You on any of your perfect New Testament?
Not perfect, but as far as our filthiness, because like even YAHU said, "Why you call me good? No one is good but the Most High."
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Matthew 16?
Yeah.
Oh, that's Matthew
16.
Yeah, but I want to bring out 6:4-6.
So basically, you all saying that
Yeah.
perfect,
It's not actually.
good,
My bad, sorry.
perfect, good, and like sinners or whatever. It's not the like perfect it doesn't mean like no wrong.
Perfect means without blemish, without spot, without wrinkle. You can't be no nothing out of pocket. That's just like, and I'll just use this as an example. This car I had got off this lot. If there were any imperfections whatsoever, I was gonna take it right back to the lot and have them either give me a new car or fix the wrong, right? Other than that, it wouldn't be accepted in my sight because I ain't gonna drive nothing that's imperfect. Well, if we're this vehicle, right, that the Most High has sent His Spirit into us to go and maneuver, however, then we should at no point in time sin. But because we're flesh and blood, we sin. Okay? What happens is practice makes perfect. You get into the practice of, okay, let's have a no sin challenge. All this week, I'm gonna try not to sin. Ready? Break! And so now, throughout the week, you're trying to go through the motions of, I don't want to mess up none. So you watching how you speak, you watching how you treat people, you watching your thoughts, you checking out what you look at on TV, what you hear on the radio. Practice makes perfect. Because nobody's gonna get it right. Mind you, we're born into sin. So here goes little infant Rodney. By default, he already born into sin. He don't even know what his purpose is. But once he get up in the age of understanding, now they're in the age of understanding. Hey, don't you go steal that cookie? But he stole it anyway. So now, you know what I'm saying? We're born into that template, that sin template. We have to be grafted into a life of perfection by trial and error. So practice makes perfect.
Let me elaborate on that and bring out a scripture to go with that. What you just said, there was a point I thought you was gonna hit, but you didn't hit it. You go and get a car from the lot, okay? We from the lot. Now we have a scratch or blemish on that lot, on that car. What we do? We take it back to the lot, right? Either they go fix it or replace it. Now that's what the grace is for. That's what HaMashiach was about. He was the one that's gonna fix our dents and scrapes. He's gonna make us whole again. And that's what we need, because the book of Isaiah tells us on top, like you said, we was born in iniquity. Okay, Isaiah 64:6, it says, y'all don't even got to get it, I'm just reading it out loud. Isaiah 64:6 says, but we are all as an unclean thing. So even though we got to be perfect, we're still unclean. It's going to be something we fall at. Heck, if we go to bed without taking a bath, we're unclean to the next day, to the next evening, regardless of how righteous we was that day. But we are all as an unclean thing, and all our righteousness are as filthy rags. So it doesn't matter how righteous we all want to be, we're going to fall short some way, form, or fashion. Whether it's not holding the door for our fellow brother, whether it's, you know what, she walked by and I don't like the way she smelled. Oh, he walking by with them shoes on, but he flooding. You know, it's something, okay? It's always going to be something. And we all do fade as a leaf. And our iniquities, like the wind, have taken us away. That's why even HaMashiach said no one is perfect. No, not one. But the Father. But if you be what perfect, that goes back to what we said out there in the streets that time. Go and sell everything. Keep the commandments and sell everything. Because if you sell everything, you bring yourself lowly. When you bring yourself lowly, you can't be exalted in nobody's eyes. But go ahead, Doc.
No, that's the respect thing. No, go ahead.
So he brought it at first, like how we were born into sin. So even us, the children of Israel, before the Most High made us special. I mean, here in Ezekiel chapter 16, when we talk about how we were filthy and we was in our own blood and our mire. He had to do like what I brought out in his speech, how YAHUSHA was made to clean us up, fix those dents and scrapes and scratches. So if you read starting at the first Ezekiel chapter 16, starting at the third verse.
16:3.
Come on, sir.
It's the book of Ezekiel, 16:3. Con?
You know.
2:5. Okay. And say, read the page.
Oh, I'm sorry. 1003.
In fact, we can start at 5 and 6.
1003.
So start at 5.
1003
for the listeners.
Right.
Okay. Con? Here's the book of Ezekiel, chapter 16, verse 3. And say, thus saith the Lord God unto Jerusalem. Youngins, are y'all getting this? Is this making sense to y'all? If y'all have any questions as we're going through this, y'all be sure to ask. I mean, that's the purpose of this. We're not here, it's not like church, where we're here to hear one person speaking and ain't nobody asking no questions.
1003.
Hold on, that brother, I got to stop you there, brother. Hold on a minute, now, let me tell you something.
Wait, why you gotta stop me, man?
I got a word.
Ooh.
It's like, I would do that on camera with that. They know,
Oh man, that's called comedy.
I think that's the one. What we doing? I might sauce him up, bro.
A little comedy hour.
I got my bill clean mask in the house.
Alright.
At 16, bottom page.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 16, verse 3. And say, thus saith the Lord God unto Jerusalem, thy birth and thy nativity is of the land of Canaan.
So now you can read about the birth of Israel. Because remember, before it was Israel, before the land of Israel, it was Canaan. We had the Most High sent us in there to take that out. Read.
Thy father was an Amorite, and thy mother an Hittite. And as for thy nativity, in the day thou was born, thou was born in sin. Thou was born, thy navel was not cut.
It was not what?
Not cut.
So we were still connected to something.
God.
Right, so that's why we're coming into this truth. That's why we got to get cut. We got to be cleaned up and washed. Set aside and be used for the master Jesus.
That's right. Thy navel was not cut, neither was thou washed in water to supple thee.
So we was filthy.
That's right.
We were trying, but we were unclean. Like you saying, unclean to the evening.
That's right.
Be washed.
to Salaki. Neither was thou washed in water to supple thee. Thou was not salted at all, nor swaddled at all. None I pitied thee to do any of these unto thee.
So everybody that was around us, they watched us be filthy. We didn't care that we were filthy. Right? This is before the Most High made us take great people. Really?
To have compassion upon thee. But thou wast cast out in the open field to the loathing of thy person in the day that thou was born.
The Most High said, the day we were born, we were just nasty, we were filthy. See, in order to be perfect, in order to be even call yourself perfect, we have to study to show ourselves to be approved. We have to rehearse these right said.
That's right.
We have to walk before the Most High. Nobody's born just straight perfect. Perfect is, as the brother said, through that trying and that practicing and that enduring. That's what makes you perfect. Really? That led perfect. Because the Most High had compassion on us. Remember, he said, when we was out there, they put us out there in the field. Nobody had compassion on us to come and slaughter us. Nobody cut the cord. They let us lay there in the blood. You know what I'm saying? When we came out of our mouth, we just sitting there. Really?
Verse 6, Ezekiel chapter 16. And when I passed by thee and saw thee polluted in thy own blood, in our own blood, I said unto thee, when thou wast in thy blood, live.
See, the word of God, like the main topic, we was talking about the commandments of the Most High.
That's right.
There's no other way to the Father. You have to keep His commandments. That's it. That is His love. And He's showing us right here in our love. He commanded us to do something. He said a word. And we know that the law is life.
That's right.
Alright? Read.
Yet I said unto thee, when thou wast in thy blood, live.
Like you were saying, that's love. Commandments. Love. And that's how He's made perfect. Through His commandments. Through His law.
That's right.
That's the only way you can do it.
Let me give y'all a definition of perfect. This was from Job, when he called Job perfect, at Job 1:1. It says perfect. The word is tam, T-A-M, perfect, complete. Complete perfect. One who lacks nothing in physical strength, beauty, etc. Sound wholesome, an ordinary, quiet sort of person. Complete, morally innocent, having integrity. This is another.
Having what?
Integrity.
Having what?
Integrity.
Integrity?
Yep.
Made of integrity?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
What the meaning of perfect means in the Bible. It doesn't mean that you gonna get everything right.
Right.
When they say perfect, it just means you are ethically pure, you are morally pure, you have integrity, and you doing these commandments completely. Because if we look at Job 1:1, said Job was perfect. But if one definition said it had nothing physical strength, Job had lost his strength.
Right.
One who lacks nothing in physical strength. When you get older, let's say if you keep all these commandments and you get older, that means you're not perfect.
Nope.
I mean, so that definition right there doesn't apply to what it means when he called Job perfect. Job lost strength. Job had boils all over his body. Job was still perfect. He was still morally, had integrity, and had that pure. So he was perfect. That's all that. That's what that word perfect means. We always, when we try to equate it to what the world says perfect means. What you got to be straightforward, straight ahead. You can't. You see something that's gonna grab your attention, you're wrong if you look at it, but if you do look at it, you're not perfect anymore. That's not what that means.
That's not what that means.
Can
I precept that too?
Go ahead,
you already know where I'm going. Sirach 2. That Sirach 2 is gonna bring it to you every time. That's a precept. The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 2. Gone. I don't know, boys, if y'all got it. But if y'all got the app I told y'all to go to, it's going to say Ecclesiasticus. So that's in the Apocrypha. Alright. It says, my son, my daughter, my children, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation.
Remember that right there, woman. Something always gonna come up to you once you start coming to the Most High.
That's right.
They're gonna be bringing it to you. They're gonna bring all kinds of, like we talked about. Here we go. You straightforward. I want to have a conversation with you, but you want to talk about this person. You want to gossip about this person. That's not, that's the temptation Satan will bring to you every time you have your mindset or your heart set, which is your mind, on following the Most High.
That's right.
No, sir. And I don't mean on my time. But I will say this. He is able to provide an outlet so that you don't fall into temptation.
Right. That's scripture.
That's scripture.
Right. That's scripture.
If we are faithful to Him, we trust in Him, and believe in Him, no matter what temptations we come across, He provides an outlet.
Yeah.
I can say that from experience.
Right.
Just recently. Because every time I go any place, I'm always asking for cover. I don't like going nowhere and I'm not covered. It used to be strapped. Now it's covered.
Right. He just brought it up a few minutes before y'all came up. The same thing you're saying now. That's what we're talking about.
That's how the world designed to strip you of your spiritual confidence. If they care, because you're trying to be set apart, they look at me every day. And hit me with the hot tracks. I mean, every day, all day. I'm getting bombarded by family, friends, somebody, about what this set apart means to me. What does it mean to you? See, it don't matter what everybody else's perception of it is, because we are not going to get this the same unless we hear. And even then, some of us will walk away from it with a different look of it. However, it still falls under the same umbrella. When you desire to be set apart, it's not going to look the way the world looks. It's not going to sound the way the world sounds. It's just not. So, we have to prepare for temptation. Victory is preparation. That's how we can defeat temptation. Because He provides us with an outlet in return. You understand what your piece of it, bro?
Baruch 4 and 1.
No. That's where the spirit moves. It's a lot of time.
Baruch 4 and 1. And it's going to be touching on the main topic, which is keeping the commandments. How the Most High, He's not with us being wicked. Because if you're not keeping the Most High's commandment, like we brought out earlier, that's lawlessness, right?
Right.
And Ezekiel is telling us to live. So it's not going to give us a little bit more of edification on the commandments, life, death of the wicked,
Freedom.
all that.
Say the rest.
Baruch 4 and 1. You want to bring it right here? Chapter 4 and verse 1.
You have it, say, Khan?
In the Apocrypha, Shemaiah, page 105.
1 and 2. Because we're going to see Christ.
Let me know when y'all ready.
You said 401?
Yes, sir.
Alright, go ahead.
Everybody gotta say, Khan? This is the book of Baruch in the Apocrypha, chapter 4, verses 1 and 2. This is the book of the commandments of God.
Nah, the commandments of this man.
This is the book of the commandments of God.
Nah, Jeremiah just said, you gotta do this.
This is the book of the commandments of God.
Right, because a lot of people don't, they hear that commandment or something, because like sister said about being perfect, but we try to be perfect in society every day. We try to keep Esau laws to the fullest. Because my client asked me, talking about, but God too strict. Why God so strict? I say, why is Esau so strict? I say, when you go to the court and the judge say, do this, I say, do you question him? I say, no. I say, when the police officer apprehends you, I say, do you ask him why he's so strict? No. When you go to any of these government facilities, and you the children of Israel is about speaks of a hard-headed, stiff-necked, rebellious people.
Yes, sir. Steady backslide.
They don't want to be perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're going to learn why we supposed to keep these commandments. Because these commandments are who, big bro?
This is the book of the commandments of God.
Read.
And the law that endureth forever.
Nah, it's just, you just got to do it today.
And the law that endureth forever.
Now, you're in the spirit today, but tomorrow you're out of the spirit.
And the law that endureth forever.
So this is an ongoing thing, people. These church teachers, they talking about the law done away with, like Elder brought earlier. That's why they don't want you to know about keeping the law, because they want you to die.
Right.
They profit off of our ignorance. The Most High said, live in Ezekiel. So keep reading, brother, and see what the Most High say the law is going to do for you.
This is the book of the commandments of God and the law that endureth forever. All they that keep it shall come to light.
All they that keep it going to come to what?
To come to light.
So when he told us to live in Ezekiel, or like my brother brought out earlier, you can't live without keeping the commandment. You can't be perfect without keeping the commandment.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Read.
But such as leave it shall die.
Which precepts what he brought out earlier about the wicked. The Most High hate the wicked. They ain't gonna make it. You wanna be wicked? That's your judgment. It's one or two things. Like we said earlier, obedience is greater than sacrifice. So you can either obey the Most High, right? And keep the commandments, and that's how you're gonna be perfect. And that's how you're gonna live. Or you can be disobedient to the Father, and you gonna do what?
You're going to die.
You shall die.
But such as leave it shall die.
Second verse.
Turn thee, O Jacob,
So we know Jacob is referring to Israel.
and take hold of it.
Uh-huh.
Walk in the presence of the light thereof.
So the law and the commandments, that's the law, that's the light. You know, we talking about we walking in this truth, but we know the truth is the light. The light is what? The word of the Most High.
That's it.
Read.
Right. Can you start at walk?
Walk in the presence of the light thereof, that thou mayest be illuminated.
So it's not the Illuminati that run everything. They trying to be what I brought out by being set apart. Right? They trying to remove that set apart spirit from you. Because now y'all understand, young and old, why when you go into certain places, why they looking at you with these mean and disgruntled faces? Because they're in darkness. When you wake up in the morning, that light crack through the window, what you do? Right? So that's what they're doing, because they're living in darkness. You walking around living how the Most High wants you to live, and you walking in that light, it exposes people.
That's right.
They, man, move the light, bro. Go in the other room. Go outside. Man, I can't wait till they leave, or he leave, or she leave.
And what's the light? The law.
The law.
The law.
It's a lamp. Without the law, I was looking at some, if you don't mind, Slacky. I just want to bring half of this definition out, not even the whole thing. But half of the definition of law. Law shows man's sinfulness, but cannot bring victory over sin. Jesus, YAHUSHUA, summary of the law. It demands perfect love for God.
What kind of love?
Perfect love for God. And for one's neighbor, comparable to that which is one has for himself.
Start reading that from the top again, because that's still dealing with what we're dealing with, the love part 2.
Law shows man's sinfulness, but cannot bring victory over sin. YAHUSHUA, Jesus, he said, how you say it? YAHUSHUA. I want to get all three of them. I want to get all of them down. Summary of the law, it demands perfect love for Yah and for one's neighbor, comparable to that which one has for himself.
What's the scripture on these two commandments?
Matthew, I have that right here. The whole hang all the law. Matthew 22, 36 through 40.
Read that real quick.
I'm already there.
Matthew, what it was?
22.
36 to 40.
Gone. Yeah. 36 through 40. Matthew 22, 36 through 40.
Shemaiah, we're going to be on page 117 in the Bible. 117. 1171. Sorry, 1171. You should be there.
One of the precept that Jesus said something about the lamp. You wouldn't put a lamp on the and you wouldn't put wine in the
new
something
Yeah,
else.
you wouldn't put wine. You wouldn't put new
wine.
wine skin
Wine,
over
Yeah, you won't put
Because
new
it
wine
will
in the
burst.
old wine skin.
Alright. Con? It's the book of Matthew, chapter 22, verse 36. Wait.
Just put me on the spot. Alright. Master, which is the great commandment in the law. Jesus said unto him, Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, with all thy soul, with all thy mind. This is the first and great commandment, and the second is like unto it. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
Let's go right back to that definition that you just pulled out. That gave you the complete definition of the law right here.
Go right there.
The whole law ain't on these commandments. If I love the Most High, I'm gonna do what He says.
That's right.
If I love my brother, my neighbor, instead of respecting him so much, it's gonna automatically give me the respect of him. Oh, but I'm gonna, I won't covet his things.
That's right.
I won't lie to him. It's the same thing goes with the Most High. But it's the love that we need to have for each other, not
respect.
Not the respect part automatically falls in with the love.
Right.
Yeah. If if I love you, you do something to me, but I truly love you, you're gonna see how much my love is for you.
Right.
So that's gonna come right back to you. You're gonna be like, oh wait, man, I did that, man. He's still the same way. He's still. That's the love that we need to have for one another, instead of the respect part of it so much, because the respect will come with the love.
That's right. I got a precept for you real quick.
But if you put respect in that thing first, you know what happened?
You're going to get killed.
Idols become rivals.
They will become your
Hey, that's why.
They ain't breaking the commandment.
We break
So I have a question
all the
about
commandments.
that, because it was commanded that, and I know y'all know this,
A woman
respect the man and the husband's supposed to love the wife.
Because the woman is supposed to respect the man, but for me to respect him, I'm not supposed to respect him, I'm supposed to love him. That means when you love somebody, you correct them.
Right.
So you respect, because you're gonna be the better half of that man anyway.
Right.
So like you're my better half. So if you're going off, I gotta correct you.
Right.
You have to have enough respect to take the correction. Okay.
Respect mostly the position
Exactly.
of that person. You see, respect the position of the Most High, put the man in charge. He put him in. That's what we should respect. That's what the woman should respect about the man. But that love, if she truly loves him, she gonna respect the position of regardless of it. Yeah. And that's that part of that respect.
Go ahead.
Going back to the respect part, right? Right about the men and women. But with the men, which is like our father, he's not a respectful person. He's a respecter of nations, not persons.
Yeah.
So when it comes to my brother, like he said, I'm supposed to love my brother, regardless. My bro make me mad, so what?
I'll get over it.
I'm still supposed to love him. Infinite time. 20 times a day? Oh well. I still love you, bro. You understand what I'm saying? Love covers everything. That's what he said. They hang all along on it. He brought it out first. But you gonna do it anyway.
What's a charity scripture?
That's
I don't know.
oh, you talking about 1 Corinthians 13.
Yeah.
But hold on,
Go ahead, bring yours up.
Let me get that Proverbs 17 and 17.
Yes, sir.
Proverbs 17 and 17. That's gonna be one, like the brother said. He said, respect turn to rivals.
Idols turn to rivals.
Idols turn to rivals. Proverbs 17:17.
Wait. Yes, sir.
Huh?
I'll be thankful for Jesus when I see this nigga.
Huh? Book of Proverbs, chapter 17, verse 17. A friend loveth at all times, and a brother is born for adversity.
Now you take off all of that.
EliYAHU right there.
So,
You take all of that.
Oh, no. I'm going to start it off from the top, break it down. A friend loveth at all times.
so you want to know somebody that's truly your friend? Scripture say at all times. You're up, you're down, you're poor, you're rich, right? You're happy, you're sad. They understand you. And even if they did, he said at what time?
All times.
At all times. So that's when you're going to know who your real friends are. That's why HaMashiach said what he said, who was my mother's brother's father. Those that do this, oh, in spirit together, brother.
Oh,
Look,
come on.
man.
Matthew
Look,
12,
So
46 to 40.
that's how you know. It's going to be shown. And the elder brought it out earlier with the love. It's an action.
Action.
You know, you can talk all you want.
Yeah, I love you. I love you, man.
Sound
Well,
good.
I can tell my
I
wife,
love you,
I
but
love you, baby, then stop.
yeah.
That nigga don't look.
Because why?
Yeah.
My actions are showing her,
You
you
hate it.
sound good,
Yeah.
but your actions, baby, that ain't love.
You got a different way of showing some love.
Hey, right? But you go
Right.
in there, hey, baby, how you doing? You all right today? Yeah, okay. Well, she can feel that.
Yeah.
It's an action.
And then wait till she walk out, throw a cup of water at him.
Come on.
Yeah.
He talking about yeah, see? Okay. A friend loveth at all times, and a brother
And my brethren, we what?
is born for adversity.
And it's still right there hand. That's why he have it hand in hand with this scripture. Because adversity, when them hard times hit, when them trials and tribulations hit, I need to be able to come and say, hey bro, you got me? That's adversity. The world closing in on me. Hey, it's 3 in the morning. Hey bro, I need some counsel.
Yeah.
Can you talk to me? Right? That brother gonna be like, what's going on, bro? Talk to me. Get off your chest. We have to bear each other's burdens. That's what that adversity comes for. And that friend that love it at all times, that's when that friendship gonna show too. If he's a real brother.
Right.
Because a brother and a friend is one and the same.
Right. Right. Let's get there.
He's
Let's
clicking on all
I'm
cylinders.
pre-something over here. My bad. Keep going, man.
Now, I say let's get it. Get that what he talking about. That we brought it out in what's called that's 1 Samuel. 1 Samuel 18.
18 and 1 through 5. 1 Samuel 18, 1 through 5.
I read.
1 Samuel 18. And I know, even though you're read, go ahead and break it down. Since you still on that, but once you get in the spirit, seems like you break that down.
This is 1 Samuel
Yeah, 1 Samuel 18.
18, and that's 1 through 5.
Yeah, check. Hold on.
In all scripture is given by inspiration of the Most High and is profitable for doctrine, reproof, correction, and instruction in righteousness.
That's right.
Just generally want to throw that out there.
And any t-shirt slogan you hear on here is already belonging to us. Don't even try it.
Don't even do it. Don't do it. We take it fade.
HBO?
HBO.
HBO. Don't try it.
Everybody ready to say come?
God.
This is the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 18, verses 1 through 5. And it came to pass.
And what?
And it came to
And
pass.
this did indeed happen. Read.
When he had made an end of speaking unto Saul, that the soul of Jonathan was knit with the soul of David.
So we know right here it said it came to pass, so it happened. So the prophet, which was Nathan, right, was speaking unto Saul. Am I saying right? No, so like Samuel, the water says, was speaking unto Saul or Shaul. And at the end of his speaking, he said their souls was knit. See, that's the difference between back then and now. That's why a lot of us have these hard hearts toward each other. You understand? Because back then, when the prophet finished speaking, it was like this here.
It's
That's why the scripture in the New Testament lets you know. That's why it's not. We read it earlier. God said in our hearts to just to do evil.
Yep.
Because His judgment is not executed speedily. Kids are out of order with the parents.
Ecclesiastes 8 and 11.
Wives out of order with the husbands. Brothers out of order with each other.
Right.
Right? Quarreling and all the contention.
Right.
You said what? Brothers what?
Always quarreling.
Why is that?
And contention with each other. Pride.
Right.
Ego.
Doctrine.
False doctrines.
Right.
You know, blasphemy.
It's
Can I
all.
precept that
It's
before
all
you get back in that?
benefits.
Because you just said something that's real strong, and my mind said go straight here, and you said it. Sirach 6, just listen, y'all ain't even got to flip to it. Sirach 6, verse 7. If thou wouldest get a friend, prove him first.
Do what now?
Prove him first.
So now, like how we do in elementary, like a kid talks to and fro, like, I just met you 2 minutes. That's my friend, Mom.
Yeah.
We got to do what?
Prove him first.
How do we prove friends? Just like we were just going over. Really?
Be not hasty to credit him.
Don't be quick to do what?
Credit him.
Yeah, so a lot of us, and I'm still guilty of that a lot of times, even to this day. You know, we have, that's why it's called rehearsing, like Sister asked, it was perfect earlier. We are rehearsing the righteous acts.
That's Joshua what?
I don't remember. Sorry,
See, that goes back to what you said. That's why we find ourselves at enmity with our brothers, because we so quick to credit them. Verse 8. For some man is a friend for his own occasion.
So he said, some men are afraid for their own occasion. I just see what I can get from it.
Right.
I just want to come around just for the cookout, but you know, I can't partake in it.
Right.
But I can't be around for the real work.
Yeah.
When my brothers are out there in the highways and byways.
Mm-hmm.
But I can come around when it's chow time.
Yeah.
Really?
And will not abide in the day of thy trouble.
So when the time get hard, we were talking about that earlier in the scripture in Proverbs that the elder brought out here, that a brother's born for adversity, a friend of always. But he said, what now?
And will not abide in the day of thy trouble.
Nigga, you broke today? Bro, I can't chill with you, bro.
And will not abide in the day of thy trouble.
You can't pay for me tonight?
Yeah.
And
I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Verse 9. And there is a friend
Who
being turned to enmity
Okay.
and strife.
And what?
And strife.
You gotta bring that out, brothers. Young and old.
Y'all listening.
Alright? Let's stop striving with each other. Help each other. Love each other. That's the topic, ain't it?
That's the top.
Love each other. That will hang all the what?
All the law. All the law.
Bring it out.
All the law.
And there is a friend who being turned to enmity and strife will discover thy reproach.
You will discover that reproach like,
You said
you know
something
what?
about that. That's what
I know you ain't right now.
One more verse. Again, some friend is a companion at the table
All right.
and will not continue in the day of thy affliction.
So, hey, man.
When you
You
down
got this
and
nice
out.
spread out right here? Oh, go ahead, man.
No, go ahead. No, go bring
See,
it up.
we got the nice spread out. I'm your friend. Man, brother, man, you's a good friend to me. But then, that's when you can't spread it like that. Just like in jail, you ain't got no commentary. Right? I can't mess with you, bro. You got a commentary. That's how they looking for. They use you. Christ had to check a brother like that in the scripture too. Y'all never follow me because y'all really want to walk.
Y'all just follow me for the celebrity.
Yeah, y'all gonna get fish and bread. Really?
Then they say we're gonna scatter. His flock is gonna scatter.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right.
But in thy prosperity he will be as thyself, and will be bold over thy servants.
He's telling your people what to do, huh? He taking over your house. He sit back, come down, and bring it out, yo. I'm doing it right now. I'm not glad.
No, you good, huh? Come on, keep it up.
No, this is that joke that I was running.
I knew you were gonna throw that stuff.
Yeah.
I knew it was coming.
This is man. This is what we need. This is the lesson. Bring it out.
But in thy prosperity he will be as thyself, and will be bold over thy servants. If thou be brought low, he will be against thee.
He will be what?
Against thee.
So why when we get pulled, now everybody hate us? Like the scripture say, man, a man that give it gifts have many friends.
There
This
you go.
supposed to be your friend, right?
But but the poor man is hated.
Hated.
And that's precept. Read that verse again, bro.
And if thou be brought low, he will be against thee.
So remember that, young kids, y'all mama give y'all some lunch money y'all at school. And he cool on you can share your snacks, or you can get him some at the snack bar. But today, in your adversity, this day you don't have that change. Yeah, it's your friend. He's supposed to be your friend. Say, brother, hey, can you hold me today?
Yeah.
Oh man, I can't mess with you, nigga. You ain't got no money. Right. Man, why you riding me, man? Like, that's not a friend.
That's not a friend.
What do you say?
That's not a brother.
And will hide himself from thy face.
I don't even want to see you no more. I'm gonna call you.
Huh.
Yeah.
Oh man, I can't be seen with you, bro.
And will hide himself from thy face. Separate thyself from thy enemies.
The Most High say, do what?
Separate thyself from thine enemies.
So that one who you thought was a friend.
He's your what?
Enemy.
Cut off season real.
And take heed of thy friends. A faithful friend is a strong defense.
And what?
A faithful friend is a strong defense.
That's
back
right.
no matter what.
A faithful friend
That's right.
is a strong defense.
So yeah, they making fun of you. Guess who gonna hold you back, man?
That faithful
Say, man,
friend.
you about my partner, man. Fight me. Somebody who gonna fight you back.
That's right.
Because the scripture let them know to fear for them. They can't fear for themselves. Read.
God. A faithful friend is a strong defense. And he that hath found such and one hath found a treasure.
Man. What I told you when I first walked through the door, yo. What I had said to you.
Don't put me on the spot.
I got you, bro. Because I was confessing that to him when I walked through the door. I said, man, maybe want to be out, bro. Right. And why did that just happen to be the topic of the day?
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I say the love of the brethren.
That's it.
Matter of fact, somebody get Ecclesiasticus 25 and 1. I need it. Because it's real right now.
I got a precept after that one.
Love that.
I got a precept out.
Bring it out, man.
We always in the same. Man, Passover was so beautiful. With spirit.
What you call for?
Ecclesiasticus
25 and 1.
You may read Sirach for some of you, and for some of you, got the app. They have one Shabbat. That's gonna be in the green letter.
Ecclesiasticus. 85.
25 and 1.
Okay, go.
85.
Y'all have the same.
So we're gonna see what makes us. Cause see, everybody wanna be beautiful the wrong way sometimes. You know, they think it's just that outward man. Oh man, that's just the corner side of it that the Most High allow you to have things and to do some things. But let's see what He wants your spirit to be like in this truth.
I'm gonna read it.
Bring it out, dog. Everybody there?
Yeah, that's 85. Hold on. 85. Shabbat, 85. Look at the bottom of your page. Oh, no, I was talking to give another page.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was giving
I'm
another
so
page.
sorry.
All praise to the Most High.
Yeah.
All right, Con. In three things I was beautified.
In 3 days, He was beautified. By who? Before who?
And stood up beautiful both before Yah and man.
So if you forget respect, like Elder said, the love. So if you want to be beautiful before first, everything before supposed to be done first for who?
For Yah.
The Most High. And then man.
Yeah.
Alright? He said, so this was gonna make us beautiful both before God and man. Bring it out, big bro.
The unity of the brethren.
Which I was talking to my brother earlier. I said, I like being around these brothers, man, because you can feel the love, man. The love. We sharpen each other like we're doing right now. That iron, that sharpen each other. But if we had enmity with each other, if we enemies with each other, we always beefing with each other. How can we sharpen each other? We can't. We're doing the total opposite. We make them knife dog and Satan having a field day. Read.
The unity of the brethren.
Yeah, that love of the brethren, that brother, that love, that friend, that love all the time.
That's right.
Read.
The love of neighbor.
Yeah, your neighbors don't even love you. Them are your own people. Read.
A man and a wife that agree together.
They do what together?
That agree together.
No, we fighting and contentious with each other.
That agree together.
Yeah, it is. You want to be beautiful?
Right.
Young men,
Bring it
women,
out.
husbands, brothers,
Agree.
agree together.
Come now, let us reason.
Like we doing together right here, right now. Unifying. Y'all can be out there playing in the streets. We can be out there running the streets. But we are unifying in the assembly of the Most High.
That's right.
We're beautiful right now. So don't worry what the world talking about. Y'all beautiful right now. It's beautiful, bro. Beautiful sister.
Yeah.
Beautiful children.
Yeah.
This will make you beautiful. This will make you fly. This will
Bring
keep
it
you
out,
cool.
Bring it out.
Well, the beauty greater than that.
That's it on that one. What you got on that one?
John 15:13.
We just gonna go to that one after
Oh,
what's
oh,
called.
no,
We
what?
go to it now. Though.
No.
We go to it because I wanna bring out Samuel first, and then to get that understanding of John 15:13.
You know what, Salak, man? You know that's the spirit.
That's the spirit, though.
We was in First Samuel.
Yeah. I want if that Samuel come out, and then it'll give you a better
I
understanding.
knew my finger was holding Samuel for real.
First Samuel, what again?
18.
Verses 1 through 5.
Yeah, my bad.
So
I knew my finger was there for a reason.
Yeah. You start right from the top and just read on through. Who was that? Who was reading that?
Bring it out. Or who was that? You got it? Okay, well.
This is the book of 1 Samuel chapter 18, verses 1 through 5. And it came to pass,
What happened?
when he made an end of speaking unto Saul, that the soul of Jonathan was knit with the soul of David.
So we know that love that they were talking about, it came from the Most High. Really?
And Jonathan loved him as his own soul.
That's his word.
His own soul.
Jonathan loved it all the time.
That's right. He loved David as his own soul.
Yeah.
That's how you love. That's a love you gotta. If we have that type of
Your
love
own
amongst
soul.
your own soul, that's how much he loved David.
And you brought that out earlier. If you
for real.
love me,
Yeah.
like if you love me, like you gonna make sure I'm not gonna do nothing to offend you.
Right.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna love you not the same way, but like the Most High commanded me to love my wife, because I'm not gonna be a striker towards you.
That's right.
I don't wanna
That's what that.
argue
That's what that 15:13 gonna
with
bring
you.
out. That's
I don't wanna do all that. If anything, I'm gonna treat you like I wanna be treated.
Right.
Like you brought out earlier, we'll hang out along, that greatest commandment. Well, the second commandment was like the first, but you know.
But this society, this world has taught us to be, enemies towards each other, to fight each other. They see a group of black men together gathering, they quickly come break it up. What y'all doing? I mean, I don't care what it is. But you see, we go to this church house and don't get this type of love, even though this group was right there. We don't get this type of love that we should be having. But as soon as they start seeing us gather together as men, they want to break it up.
See that SPD on the phone, we will break it
Yeah.
to the congregation right now.
Yeah, and that's what they keep you separated, from each other.
You know why, on that note, why they break us up? They let you know subliminally that you are his chosen.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
White people can have a raise, but they're gonna have one, not HPD officer, they're gonna have a sheriff, or maybe a constable, right? But when we get together and we assemble, you know why? They get afraid. They don't know that if we are praying to our power. Because remember, all through the scriptures, whenever the Most High defeated an enemy before us, we were all together on one accord. We fasted, we prayed, we called on the power, and he destroyed those nations. They don't fear us no more because we lost the fear of our power. You see what I'm saying? And you brought that out earlier.
That's Ecclesiastes 4:12. One reason is that cord that we was talking about. We ain't gotta go get it, but they tell you what is it? 3/4 cord is not easily broken.
Yeah.
That's why they separate.
Yeah.
They can break one of us down, but once we three are tied up together, you can't break that.
Because he in the midst.
That's a scary thing for them.
Yep. He in the midst. But that's the love, you know, that we need to have for each other also. Go ahead, Ethan. I'll continue on reading on now.
This is 1 Samuel chapter 18 and verse 2. And Saul took him that day, and would let him go no more home to his father's house. Then Jonathan and David made a covenant.
They made a what?
They made a covenant.
A covenant, agreement, a pact, a contract, something binding. So remember, their souls already married, so now they making a binding agreement with each other, really.
And then remember the story that, you know, Saul is Jonathan's father. So, and this is the way Saul is treating David at this time, but Jonathan is saying, well, I'm not happy. If you talk to other people that don't believe in the Bible, they try to make this relationship between Jonathan and David something.
Really gay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if we look at this, you know, the Most High don't play that.
That's right.
You
That's
know,
right.
so
That would have been an abomination.
it would have been done. David and both David and Jonathan would have been dead.
That's right.
Automatic.
By the Most High
They
hand,
got
because the
stoned.
Most High was right there with David.
That's
Right.
Yeah. Go ahead.
It says, and David stripped himself of the robe that was upon him. I did. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Then Jonathan and David made a covenant because he loved him as his own soul.
That's love, man. I mean, that's some love that you gotta have. If we had that type of love amongst each other, you'll never see black on black crime like that.
That's right.
You'll never see that.
You wouldn't even see music about it.
No. I won't sell you no dope. I won't give you this. I won't kill my people.
Kind of like that song say you pimps and dope dealers are the worst of coons.
Huh.
Right. And that's why they don't want you to go to the Old Testament.
Yeah.
Because if you read the Old Testament, we were never selfish. America taught us to be selfish. America taught you to be all you can be.
Get what you can.
It stopped being we, it started being me.
Yep.
I'm going to get there and I'm going to step on whoever I got to do it. Instead of saying, let me help you. But we know we're not supposed to do nothing without what?
Our brother.
Without help. Without counsel.
So, what was that back you said, Ecclesiastes 4 and 12? Actually, it starts from 9 to 12. You start from 9 to 12 and tell you that 2 is better than 1. Because when one falls, the other one can help the other one up.
Right.
But if you fall, he said, whoa, destruction be to the one that's by itself when it falls.
Yeah.
Because
And that's another reason I ran over here today because I be by myself a lot. I'm around the world every day.
We were just talking about that. Go say it again.
I'm around the world every day, and I see that homosexual spirit out here strong.
He was just saying he be by himself a lot. That's why he said he came over today. We was on the phone talking about that.
Yeah,
that was us.
Keep talking about.
Yeah. We was by, you know, alone out here almost.
And then when the homosexual spirit tried to come around, and I rebuked that spirit with Leviticus 18 and 22, or Leviticus 20 and 13, and then the lust spirit come around. You understand what I'm saying? The enemy is always trying you.
Yeah.
Like when Christ was kept shooting the scripture said, he leave. He come right back.
Come back.
Gonna be gone for a season. That's what they say.
For a season.
For a season.
Go ahead,
Let's see. And Jonathan stripped himself of the robe that was upon him and gave it to David, and his garments, even to his sword, and to his bow, and to his girdle.
Showing that everything like it.
No, I was just showing. I mean, David was naked at the time. Saul sent David out there with nothing.
Yeah.
Didn't even let him go back home to get what he needed to get, whatever he had on. And you're not going home. You got to go this way. This is where I said go. But Jonathan said, nah. But I love this man. Here, take what I got. Take my weapons. Take my clothes. I'll be naked. I don't have to go right now. I'll be naked. You know, that's the love we gotta have for one another. Yeah. And what was that? That was 4, right? Yeah, that's it over there. Unless y'all see something else in the script.
So we want to go finish off
We're
5.
gonna finish off 5 because 5 is pretty much the end all be all. It say, and David went out whithersoever Saul sent him, and behaved himself wisely. And Saul set him over the men of war, and he was accepted in the sight of all the people, and also in the sight of Saul's servants.
That's
So, there was a precept that we brought out earlier that basically.
13, John.
No. That's a Rock 25 and 1.
Oh yeah.
That connects with that. That's puzzle piece connection right there.
Well, yeah, that's where we came from, right? To come here, yeah.
So may I say something on that? The whole point of your topic earlier was about love and respect.
Yeah.
And to correlate that with this is that the love that Jonathan had for David gained respect
Right.
for David.
Right.
You know, because his father obviously was just gonna leave him out there in the wilderness, and basically, you know, he was the friend that stood up for him and said that, you know, take my stuff. This is for you. By the people seeing him doing that, gained his respect.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's an awesome point that you brought out, because just like with a husband and a wife and their children, when they see, like, you know, everybody had the big mama in the neighborhood or a little pops that was in the neighborhood, you know, when you see people close and tight knit like that, if something happened to the other one, or you can still come to that mom or dad's house while you waiting on your friend, they offer you something to eat or to drink. That's that respect that was gained, because they know that's a true friend to my child.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, that even goes back to when we was kids. Like, now I understand why. I become my parents. I don't know you. You ain't come to my house. I don't care how long you been knowing them. That's how long you been knowing them. I don't know them. You ain't getting access. I love her, but my little girl is so about, she can meet you today. Oh, that's my friend. You ain't been through nothing with this person to call them your friend. And then you want to invite them to my dwelling. I don't know what kind of spirits they got on them. I don't know how their parents get out. So I've been looked at as the villain. I don't care, but I've been looked at as the villain because I draw a line at what crossed my threshold.
That's right.
We cannot allow that kind of stuff across our threshold.
What's the scripture? Let not every man in your house?
You can't
Bring not every man to the house.
Yeah.
If I ain't seen you,
In order to let me back off of what she said as far as the reward of showing love, I just want to bring out another example. I'm not going to read the whole story, but I want to bring out another example before we go to John 15:13. This is 2 Kings chapter 2. And we can start at 1. Now, while everybody find it, I'm going to give y'all just quick understanding of this stuff where we ain't got to read the whole thing. This is the story dealing with Elijah. When Elijah got ready to get, EliYAHU was getting ready to get taken up. And Elisha was, yeah, I know, right? Elisha was basically his what y'all call it? Student. I was trying to use that word.
Apprentice.
Apprentice, yeah. That's the word they like to use. They was their apprentice, okay? So Elisha was following around. Elisha knew what was going to happen, okay? So if you know your friend is about to get taken up by God, or you know your friend is about to get killed, and you say, hey man, come walk with me to the corner store. Would you still walk to the corner store with him? Then you're not a faithful friend.
That's right.
That was the whole point of this. Go ahead, King. What you say? 2 Kings 2. But that's the thing. If that's your friend, you know your friend ain't did nothing wrong. Your friend said, come walk with me to the store. Now, I'm not saying, you know, there's about to be a drive-by, you know, for a fact your friend about to get killed. You know, you might want to say, hey, bro, that's not walk, that's drive. You know what I'm just saying? But it's just a point. If your friend did nothing wrong, but you have an understanding that your friend's about to die, would you still be there for him?
Oh, okay.
So listen to the story. I'm going to read the first couple and I'm going to jump down, okay? It says, and it came to pass when the Lord would take up Elijah into heaven by a whirlwind, that Elijah went with Elisha from Gilgal. Okay? So now y'all understand what's going to happen off top, okay? So I'm not going to read everything, but I'm going to show you how many times that he tried to get him to turn away. Verse 2, and Elijah said unto Elisha, tarry here, I pray thee, for the Lord hath sent me to Bethel. And Elisha said unto him, as the Lord liveth, and as thy soul liveth, I would not, as the Lord liveth, and as thy soul liveth, I would not leave thee. So they went down to Bethel. And then they did it again. I'm going to jump down to 4. And I'm going to jump down to 4. I'm just go to the last sentence. Verse 4, last sentence. And he said, as the Lord liveth, and as thy soul liveth, I will not leave thee. They went to Jericho. Then he did it again. He did it again and went to Jordan. Okay, so the whole point is, this is a real true friend. Okay, I'm going to leave that out there so y'all can go back and read it. 2 Kings chapter 2. I know, right? Chapter 2. Chapter 2, 1 through 15. All right?
Brother Moab.
So, y'all got the eyes. You know I got the eyes, you know what I'm saying? Okay, but that was just that. I just want to let y'all know that's going to go right into John 15 and 13. Greater love have no man than this.
Let us get there, huh?
Oh, okay. I thought y'all had to figure. You know, I'll be quick, man.
Bass Reed with the script.
I was still watching how they, EliYAHU took his mantle and put it on the ground and set up the X on the ground for the choppers to come down and land on. Y'all
Yeah.
That was an extract.
Yeah.
Let me get that extract.
Yeah. He let them chariots, and them chariots know what to come down to.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at right here. 15 and 13, the book of John.
1287. This is going to explain the love of that love that what you just read in Kings, and the love what was in 1 Samuel with Jonathan and David.
And then also another story is Ruth.
Right.
That's another strong story. Yep, Ruth and Naomi. Yep. Noah. John 15 and 13, loud and proud.
Greater love hath no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friend.
That's all I wanted.
You say it again now?
You gotta say it louder though. I don't think did y'all hear it? Louder.
Greater love hath no man than this.
No, hold on. I wanted it as loud as when you're on that video game.
Oh
Louder.
my God.
Come on, bring it out.
Bring it up.
Oh my gosh! Come on.
Greater love hath no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friend.
That's right.
So that a man lay down his life for he said ain't no greater love.
So I asked a couple of my partners. Say, man.
Let's get it. You ain't gotta say nothing.
That's what I asked them.
Let's get it.
Would you take that bullet? Is you gonna do that? Is you gonna do that?
Like just
You feel me?
Hey, look, let's take the red or blue pill right now. Let's do some message to go into the people. Let's take the message pill to go into the people.
Oh, you can bring something up?
come on.
It's
Come
on.
with it, huh?
Come on. See, God, when he loves his people, right? And those who love him, he said he's going to bless him for, what, 1,000 generations, right? So, man, watch this. What did he say, man, to Abraham? He said he is my what?
Friend.
You know, Abraham what?
He's friend.
He's a friend. We children of Abraham.
Right.
Be his friend.
We love the Most High, so the Most High love us. He first loved us. But he is what?
Friend.
So he tell us to do the same thing, but I don't like it. See, a lot of people don't think about it like this. Because he goes out, he showed us that he did it first for us. I'm gonna send my son down there and come be our friend. And no matter how we treated him, they don't know what they're doing. But I love him. That's why he's still out here today. Because he loves us. He could have stopped with Moses. And say, I'm gonna build up a people from you from the stone. I'm gonna make a people just on you, Moses.
We wouldn't have made it to swim.
But Moses, he did the same thing. But Lord, your people.
I love it, Steve.
Abraham fought for us too. I heard somebody bring out Sodom and Ghibbor.
Yeah.
What Moses did? I mean, Abraham did. If it be just
It's 2 or 10 or
5.
20. He kept 1. Like the most high mad at me.
It was like, okay,
Right.
1.
Right.
Alright, I ain't gonna discuss it.
Cause he was a friend.
Yeah.
Precept.
Like, bro. So, and then the most high really asked him.
That's
He ain't gonna ask us to do nothing he ain't never did. Right? That's what Romans 12 is about. Presenting your bodies now.
That's a different sacrifice.
Are you doing this for the most high? Are you laying your life down?
Yeah.
Are you saying, like, Lord, I know I want to do this, but
I ain't bulletproof.
because of your love, pray for me, I'm gonna do this for you.
Bring one up.
Y'all got a precept to go with that same love.
Oh.
This the book of John, 18.
I'm bring one out right after that one.
Okay.
Matter of fact, he brought it out when he was talking.
So go ahead and tap yours. I'll come right behind you. You want to go ahead and get yours? I'll come right behind you.
Yeah.
So this is about the power by him putting this up on the front line and that before his friends.
Alright. Alright, what he was just talking about, the love of the Most High. He said we love him because he first loved us. I'm sorry. This is 1 John 4 and 20. I was just gonna read it, that's right. Shemaiah 14:57. 1 John 4 and 19.
4:19, 1 John.
You probably won't even remember saying it.
Hey, you want to do 18 too?
I was about to say, you might want to start
Back
at
to the
18.
question.
Okay.
Started out with what you talking about from the
Okay.
beginning, love.
Oh, I was thinking about that too.
Everything in there.
And that's all together.
That real friend, like you say, are you gonna take that for me?
Yeah.
Oh, 'cause
18 down to 21.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Straight like that.
That's the thing about the scripture. People talk about precept on precept. They want to grab one line here and there. Now, sometimes when you start dealing with these letters and these epistles, you need sometimes a whole chapter you're gonna need. So if you go to these epistles trying to precept something, be prepared to read it.
Because it all is in accordance. It's all in accordance with the law.
Exactly.
The epistles ain't nothing but iterations of what the law is.
Full edification on the
That's
law.
it.
See, that's why they ran Brother Jacob off the scene and Brother Rosh. They read the context, that 9.9. Read it, bro?
We with HaMashiach, that's who I'm living my life for. Put down the 4 pound, picked up the Bible. It's called Revolution, it's psycho for survival. We with HaMashiach, that's who I'm living my life for. Put down the 4 pound, picked up the Bible. It's called Revolution, it's psycho for survival. What?